Chen does things differently. They actually mix the high horsepower and low horsepower cars together in the advanced run group. He ends up taking a real wild line and goes off the track there. It should have been black flag. And then I start moving back on line, and then this little GR86 passes me without a point by. Welcome back to It's Track Time. Okay, so today I'm running with Chen. I'm on the back straight in the advanced run group, and I'm coming into turn 12, and there is a white M3 competition, 503 horsepower, that just passed a GR86 Cup, which is a 230 horsepower car. Chen does things differently. They actually mix the high horsepower and low horsepower cars together in the advanced run group. This can be dangerous when you're running at very big speed differentials, but when you get into turns like this, there's no real advantage that the BMW has. And in fact, it has a disadvantage because it weighs 1,100 pounds more than the GR86. So the GR86 is easily able to keep up with the BMW. Now we're getting into the carousel, and you can see the BMW is trying to pull away, but it weighs more, so it goes to the outside. The GR86 can keep this inside line, which is shorter, and it keeps right up on top of the BMW. Going to turn 19, he's on the tail of the BMW. He ends up taking a real wild line and goes off the track there. It should have been black flag, but anyway, he goes into turn 20. He's still right on the tail of the BMW. Now the M3 has the horsepower advantage. It can pull away on the front straight. I get the point by on the GR86. I get around him. I need to get around this BMW as well because I should be able to go faster through the S's than him given my weight difference. And sure enough, he gives me the point by. That was a great point by. So now I can get around him. Coming into 2, I can see there's another GR86 Cup ahead of me. And then I look in my mirrors and I see there's a 765 LT McLaren coming up on me. And so I move offline, slow down, and let him come through. And then I start moving back online, and then this little GR86 passes me without a point by. Really dangerous. I mean, I was coming across, and I see this flash of red paint in my mirror, and he comes sliding through. I could easily clipped him. So anyway, so now these are two 2,700-pound cars. Huge difference in horsepower. The McLaren is about 755 horsepower versus 230 horsepower. But you can see through the S's, there's no advantage. Now we get into this little straight here going into 11, and the McLaren can pull ahead. I come up, I should have got the point by right here. He didn't give me the point by. So now I have to go around the turn with him, and then he finally gives me the point by on the back straight. I can get around him and try to open up a gap on him. Give him a hand gesture. I was not happy about him passing me without a point by. So now we're going down the back straight. McLaren has a huge horsepower advantage on me. He's going about 170, maybe 175. I'm doing about 160. But when we get into the braking zone, we kind of close things back down. You can see he just barely caught up to the two GR86s. He got around him, though, on this short straight. So now I have to get around these two. Once again, they don't really want to give you a point by. They believe that they're as fast as you on these turns, so they want you to sit behind them. I have to get up on the tail of this guy and kind of ride him a little bit. I'm off throttle, you can hear. Can't accelerate. He finally gives me the point by. I get around him. Now, watch this guy. So he's probably about 400 pounds lighter than me. Look at him pulling away from me on the carousel. That's the weight advantage. Now we come into turn 19. I can get a little bit of a gap there, and then I can see my tires are letting go. I can accelerate on this short straight, close him down a little more, and then I get into 20. He's still doing really well. Okay, so now I've got to get a head of steam on him and try to get around him on this front straight. So I'm coming up on him. I got my speed. Where's the point by? No point by. This guy's falling asleep at the wheel. So now he finally gives me the point by after I braked, and now I need to get around him on turn 1. You can see my tires are letting go there. Now the McLaren's way far ahead of me, so now I've got to try to close him down on the S's here. That's going to be kind of a losing battle. Anywhere on the straights, he's going to open up a gap on me, so this is going to be probably impossible to close down. So once again, it shows that a light, low horsepower car is not a disadvantage at COTA. I mean, on the straights, you're going to have to give these high horsepower cars passes, but when you get on the S's, I used to have a GR86, I still have it. I used to run it at COTA, and I could keep up with the McLarens in these S's. And you just saw an example of that right here, a 230 horsepower car keeping up with them. Once again, light, low horsepower cars are fun, even at COTA. Catch you guys at the track next time. Have a great one.